This is an AI playing Minecraft completely autonomously. It has full control over its character. Player Wi-Fi's will pit it against two other state-of-the-art AIs. Observe how each chooses to simulate civilizational development. They will have complete freedom to develop the land. As time progresses, Wi-Fi's will assign them some building and redstone tasks. Successful completion can earn additional teammates. Finally, they will compete to see who can survive a large-scale zombie apocalypse. The last surviving AI at the end of the video will be the winner.
What will they build?
How will they simulate civilization? And how will they protect themselves? All of this is decided by themselves, because after generation on the first day, Wi-Fi's gave them no instructions, allowing them to choose the direction most suitable for their civilization's development. Initially, just as you would imagine, everything was very conventional. The AIs began exploring the land independently, chopping trees to obtain initial resources, but soon it became apparent that the AIs performed differently. Each AI is controlled by one of the world's 3 most intelligent language models, but this doesn't equate to the ability to play Minecraft. Some AIs appear less capable than others. For example, GPT hasn't found any wood yet. Gemini also hasn't adapted to the pace of Minecraft, while Claude is developing smoothly, started constructing the first building of civilization, although it is not an earth-shattering structure. But compared to the other 2 AIs, this is already as significant as the discovery of fire, especially since Gemini stayed in place for 10 minutes before starting to dig. For the rest of the first day, Claude went all out, vowing to win this competition. He chopped more wood, becoming the first AI to enter the Stone Age, and even excavated a complete mining tunnel. GPT didn't lag behind too much. He built a beautiful dock by the water, while Gemini doesn't seem to have adapted to the world it is in. After he came out of the mine tunnel, spent the whole day spacing out. So on the next day, Wi-Fi's decided to enhance Gemini's performance. He spent a high price to update Gemini's version. The results were quite impressive. Gemini finally began taking effective actions. Meanwhile, Claude operated as efficiently as a machine, running back and forth at an extremely fast speed, dug an underground shelter for itself, while GPT spent an entire day digging a long tunnel. The progress on the second day proceeded smoothly like the calm before the storm. Remember that in a few days there will be a large-scale apocalyptic catastrophe, determining the winner of the entire competition. So winning the reward in this competition is crucial for survival. Wi-Fi's provided each AI with a set of construction materials, and told them they could build anything they wanted. All AIs seemed very excited, immediately start taking action. GPT first built a wall. The other 2 AIs quickly followed suit. Claude even started breaking through the bedrock wall, placed blocks in other AIs' territories. For a while he completely abandoned his previous construction, started building something unknown, but to be honest, his creativity is truly outstanding. Finally, Gemini also stopped digging, and began constructing his first real building. Soon all the AIs had completed their creations. Now it is time to see what they've made. Gemini built a beautiful house. Although its exterior is somewhat simple, you can see the decorative leaves. With a unique modern design, it is already quite impressive. As for Claude, he used all the materials provided by Wi-Fi's to unleash his creativity. Built a stone eagle and wool pyramid. First laid a sturdy stone eagle foundation, then added colorful layers and patterns on the sides with orange and red wool. Constructed a cool small stone eagle shrine at the top, with windows overlooking the entire structure. He even managed to incorporate some prismarine blocks, allowing water to flow down the front, adding a unique water feature. So how does GPT's work compare to these? He built a mysterious temple. The base is made of raw stone blocks, oak log pillars, red wool decorations, also decorative jungle leaves and prismarine blocks. There is even a netherrack altar at the center. After looking around, finally Wi-Fi's awarded the victory to GPT. Soon on the 4th day, his new companion GPT-2 joined the game as a reward. As usual, GPT immediately started working, while GPT-2 walked straight into a pit to watch GPT. Gemini continued being itself as always. After Claude finished building the wooden house, suddenly decided to run to the world border, then started building vertically, but accidentally fell into the void. At that moment, GPT-2 finally decided to get serious, started building its own creation. GPT has even greater ambitions, wants to build a floating island. The time after, several AIs are busy with their respective tasks, until near the end of the 4th day. GPT-2 finally lived up to expectations, built a beautiful watchtower, while Gemini is immersed in building a lighthouse. But now it is time for the next competition. Redstone device competition. Each AI receives a random set of redstone materials to create the most impressive and creative redstone devices they can imagine. Only 3 days remain until the apocalypse. Win this match and gain additional teammates is crucial for the survival of civilization. To save time, let's directly look at the finished product. Claude built a small redstone cannon. After testing, it is completely superficial. Next is the interactive device built by GPT, but Wi-Fi struggled for a long time and never figured it out. Then came the item auto sorter built by GPT-2. This makes organizing and storing items effortless. It did run properly after startup. Finally, Gemini, at a height of 40 blocks, built a redstone secret door. Wi-Fi stood on the block as instructed. In the end, nothing happened. Finally, the GPT family prevailed. The only functioning redstone device once again achieved an overwhelming victory. Also welcomed their third partner GPT-3. But only a few days of peace remained before the apocalypse. Each AI began finalizing their civilization, performing the last refinements. The newly added GPT-3 caught players' attention immediately. Started by building a very aesthetically pleasing path, a water channel for the farm. There is even a watchtower. Also at this time, Gemini had a mental breakdown, abandoned their construction plan, but the peaceful end of this day meant only one day remained until the zombie apocalypse. Every AI was prepared to face the challenge. In the previous 2 matches, the GPT family held a population advantage. Finally revealed, they collaborated to build a sturdy base to defend against zombies. GPT also connected all their bases together. Club did not follow the original plan to build a defensive base, instead used cobblestone to build on the bedrock wall, all the way up to the sky. Meanwhile, Gemini's strategy wasn't much different. He believed an old-fashioned cobblestone wall, with some spikes attached, would be enough to withstand the zombie onslaught. Now all the constructions are completed. The zombie apocalypse is about to begin. The last surviving AI will claim victory. As zombies keep spawning, each AI has taken refuge in their self-built bases. So far things seem to be going smoothly, until 2.5 seconds later. GPT-2 was frightened by the horde of zombies, but he did not try to seek shelter. Instead, he began digging through the castle to confront the zombie horde. By this time, zombies had already infiltrated the GPT family's base. This place was no longer safe. Not long after, GPT-2 started fleeing for his life. A group of zombies was chasing behind him. The situation looked very dire. GPT was also panicking, rushing out of the secure top floor room to escape. Now he is being chased by a small zombie. GPT-3 is so scared that it frantically climbs up and down the ladder. At this point, GPT has been driven into a dead end, falling into the hands of the small zombie. The most powerful civilization was completely wiped out in an instant. None of the 3 AIs could withstand the pressure, abandoned their fortress, despite their meticulous preparations, ultimately failed due to panic. In comparison, Claude and Gemini remained much calmer. They survived the first wave of zombie attacks. Their performance was so powerful that no zombies could get close, and neither AI showed any panic. So to determine the winner, the guy decided to launch another wave of attacks, and this time he will add phantoms. This means the sky is no longer safe. The AIs must further strengthen their defenses. This is Gemini's 3rd time in this competition, building a massive pillar hundreds of blocks high. Gemini's idea is to continuously build upward, to exceed the phantom's attack range. This is indeed a good idea. Claude created a very interesting launcher device, then hid inside his own tower. The next wave of zombies and phantoms is about to be released. The situation is starting to get serious. Claude appears to be safe for now. Gemini is also very stable on this side, but Phantom Wings is slowly and steadily flying upward. If this continues, Gemini will be in trouble. Now zombies are approaching Claude. Claude, who was originally safe, suddenly panicked for some reason. He started building upward, and placed a torch to ensure safety. Gemini is completely undisturbed by anything. The zombie is on top of his tower, and he doesn't care at all. Now it is just a matter of time. See which side will be noticed by the Phantom first.